And we're live on this Wednesday with the Beef and Barnzy show. Once again, I am Barnzy, but I'm joined by the better looking half and the brains of the operation, Beef Stew.
Hey, so today's the day. It's been a big day in the Beef and Barnzy show, isn't it, today?
But this is a day that I don't know if we've been looking forward to or I don't know, in some cases avoiding. But we finally broke through. We're gonna break new ground, and we're gonna let somebody on here that we previously hasn't had the qualifications, but through teammates and other things, it's going to happen today.
Well, it's like you say, the key to being a good team bowler is having good teammates, and the key to being on the Beef and Barnzy show is having nice friends with multiple titles. So
it doesn't hurt, does it? It doesn't hurt. So
no.
With that being said, we'll get started with the first of these two, and of course, since he has titles, he'll go first. He is a two-time PBA titleist. He was the 2018 Player of the Year. Despite appearances, he did not retire after that. He's still bowling. He's been a three-time Team USA member, a three-time Junior Team USA member, and a three-time collegiate college member, I guess. With that, the one and the only, the second pick for the Las Vegas Ballers, Andrew Anderson.
Otherwise known as Eileen. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Nice.
And no, I am not retired. I am still competing.
I honestly couldn't believe that you were only 25 the other day. I understand that people laugh that you look really young and everything, but it still blew my mind. Like, man, he's only just about being able to get a rental car.
That was the only thing exciting about my birthday, I think, is the fact that I don't have to pay the extra fee for the rental car. That's literally it.
It's a good deal sometimes. It's not to be underestimated.
That is true. I spent a lot of extra money on that fee.
So, well, with that, we should bring in your other half. He did come here because of you. He does not have a PBA title. He does, however, have more PBA earnings than you. So
I believe it. I believe it.
And he also flex better than you.
All of us combined.
Yes.
So a four-time college All-American, two-time Team USA and Junior Team USA. That is a little less than you, by the way. A former Atom splitter, and he has more initials than TV shows. Adam AJ Johnson.
I think you needed to hold more.
I do believe that you got some of my accolades there wrong because
AJ, you're finally here.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, I actually have been on Team USA more years than Andrew. You did get that wrong.
Junior team.
Many things you do. It's fine.
Well,
no problem.
I went to your Wikipedia page, but you didn't have one. So
it's unfortunate that I'm just not that old.
Yourself on the Storm page, and that's what it said.
Wrong stuff. It's fine.
So
I can't believe it. It's a miracle. Lightning must have struck down somewhere between y'all's houses and got me on this show.
Well, not really. You just got the right teammates.
I mean, I guess my Wikipedia comes when I get to be about your age, which is going to be quite some time.
Well, it might take you that long to get enough accomplishment for somebody to write one for you. That's
we're off to a fast start.
That is quite the start.
Did anybody think it was going to take long at all?
Life is coming at AJ at 1,000 miles an hour, coming at him faster than Oscar's spare shot. Oh look, AJ, you've got a fan.
There's a lot here.
There it is. I mean,
it was pretty sweet.
I wouldn't know. I didn't see it.
Just to help AJ out here too, he did beat me when I was like 16 at Junior Gold when he was like 23 in 2012.
He was on the rash plan. He was still going juniors when he was, bench 250.
Yeah, like if you look at the picture of us, it looks like a grown man is bowling a toddler.
But you still look like that. I didn't even have a
that's true.
beard
It
then.
hasn't changed. It hasn't changed. It hasn't changed.
So, AJ, are you a little bit hurt that you were the third member drafted on this team?
No, not at all. I actually had no idea when I'd get drafted, considering that all of your mock drafts and everything, I had no idea where I was going to go. I went everywhere. So it was pretty cool to be picked as high as I was.
I thought three of the top six. I thought
probably
three of
if
you were
I
in the
go
top
ahead
six.
of my teammate. Well, you know.
What's that?
Oh, these comments are great.
God. Just a second. AJ Johnson fan here too.
Yeah.
We mix it up. We do. I got to give our fan base some props because they are equally accommodating and positive as they are able to come off the top rope and give you the old DDT. So
Yeah.
Packy,
The old RKO out of nowhere. It's fine.
Packy's still baffled by anybody getting picked before him.
I mean, I'm baffled for him. I mean, my man is ready to bowl. I mean, he should be the number one pick.
I know. I can't believe that somebody that bowled on tour for a month didn't get picked first. It's weird.
I mean, two things.
Could you?
22,000 in total lifetime earnings. A little rough. Second thing, isn't even on the PBA website. I've got a graphic that I put together. Not really a graphic, more of a spreadsheet. But I had to actually Google Packy, then individually go through his tournaments to find out his total earnings because you couldn't even backdoor it like you have to do with Mitch Hoope and Nick Pate because they're not on the featured bowlers. I thought that was kind of fun. Nick Pate's like top 20 in points, wasn't even a featured bowler. But you can't even do that with Packy. If you search for Patrick Hanrahan PBA, it just comes up with a list of tournaments. It doesn't even come up with his bio. He doesn't even have a picture on PBA.com.
Let me ask you guys a question here. Hypothetically speaking, let's just say Packy went first, right? It goes Packy, Sean, and and then the rest of the draft goes the same, and that's just however it works out. How much outrage would there have been if Packy went first?
Oh, it would have been like they'd have been rioting in the streets.
Oh,
I mean, you'd have got dead.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah, you'd have got a Z ranking.
I don't even know what would have happened.
Oh my.
More to the point, what would have happened if Marshall had done what I wanted, which was to pick Ryan Simonelli first and Sean Rash second?
I didn't hear that that's something you wanted, but it would have been interesting to see. It would have definitely been interesting to see.
Sean was already a little sideways about being 2 when they interviewed him. Yeah, well, whatever.
Well, if you ask him, he knew how the draft was going to pan out anyway. At least the first 6 in his mind.
Yeah, I do feel like the draft, it really did feel like the first, at least the first 3 to 4 picks were given. Honestly, I would have bet money on Dick going in I would have bet money on me and AJ being the 5th or 6th pick, and then even so on. I thought the first 4 were given. I was really surprised Leto went the way he did.
Going how it just seeing how it was going down, I thought after Leto had picked you, I had actually thought he would take Dick in the spot that I went in, and maybe gone in the 6th spot with Sean and Simonelli. But I don't mind where I went. I think it worked out pretty well.
I think it worked out fine. You can definitely tell the different styles of their picking for sure.
So, Sweep the Rack, because see, me and Chris, we're not afraid to actually name the shows. So we're not going to be like Lucas was on Flow the other day, like randomly, like some guy,
right?
Mike and Brooklyn Rob said that you guys got an F.
Yeah,
that was obviously covered yesterday. I want to look at this from a little bit of a different way. Lucas gave you an A+, right?
Okay. Yeah.
A+. So I thought that I'd knock together
What's wrong with that
spreadsheet. I'm wondering if it did this come out big enough? Not really. Let me just while we're on the fly, I'll make it a little bigger.
I see what you're doing here. Okay, I like it.
Pretty
much, AJ. What I feel like is going to happen here is we're definitely the underdogs.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So I figured out the career earnings for each team. So it didn't come out. Maybe this leans towards the F grade. You had 865,000. The only team with a player on their team who hadn't earned more than your whole team was Dom, who is 30,000 behind your whole team. So I then decided to the line underneath here. That's the line if you take the number one earner away, because I felt like having Walter Ray having $5 million
right
in earnings kind of made it. So once I did that and I took Frankie's 319,000 out of yours, which was about $520,000 less than the next lowest leader guy. I just took the four of you because I felt like that was fairer. And then it didn't get much closer for you guys. You basically had right around half.
Fine.
The next one. No, I'm just.
So,
it's just.
No. This is good facts. This is nice. I do like that you put this together. I think that it actually does show information that's very valuable. Who was the 5th pick for New York City?
New York City. That would be Oscu.
Oh yeah, Oscu. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But I appreciate you actually looking over it. 22,843. That was Packy.
Okay. Okay.
And these numbers are directly off PBA.com. So if they haven't been updated, they might be,
right. They're close.
They're probably within the nearest, 70 or 80,000. So I mean, even if I was out by 70,000 on all of you guys, you'd just about get to 1 million.
Right. So let me ask you a question, real quick. I do get where you're going with this. Now, if you were to start any team, right, you get a new franchise, right, and we're hoping obviously that the PBA league lasts for a long time. Are you going to start with the 2-time U.S. Open winner that is still not even in his prime yet in Francois, or are you going to take the aging? Like if Chris Barnes was in the draft, right? We're talking about a very older figure in our game that, may be on his way out sometime soon. Who knows? Like my man's starting the senior tour.
I wouldn't have taken Chris to start my team, no. But I probably would have taken the guy who was available, which was Sean Rash.
I guess this is just like, it's like a tough scenario here with no one's done the earnings thing yet. So it's interesting.
All 22,000 came on the league pattern.
But basically what you're saying is our team just isn't as old as the other teams. I mean,
well, now we can
no, I don't.
Just be on their side. Ildemaro, I don't know how old Ildemaro is.
Yeah,
I don't, but I do feel like he's been around for a while.
I agree, he has, but
just I'll slow you down a little bit because the Motown Muscle, they're not particularly old.
No, that is a very young team.
EJ and Primo, they've got a couple of books. But so anyway, I felt like this was a bit unfair. So because obviously that wasn't so good. So then I looked at it in total titles. So your team had 6 total titles because you didn't get one during the pandemic, did you, AJ?
What?
A title.
No. During the well,
no. If
you can't throw a ball, then no.
No, okay. All right, I'm just checking. So Bruce City have got Rash, who's got what's he got? 15?
Yeah, he's got 15, I believe.
So then I think Dom is at 8. So and then it's like Old Man. EJ is at like what, 13? Extra Frame Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And then,
pretty much.
Barnes is at 19, and all these. So then I realized that every team had one player who had more titles than your whole team.
I mean, listen, you're stating facts, and I truly appreciate them.
What I'm really getting around to is, I don't think that the F was fair, but I also think that the A+ was absolutely.
There was a but coming to that.
Yeah.
There was a but.
Like
But
Lucas
again,
almost
different
called
points
as
of
far as
views.
he can.
Different points of views. Like if I had to grade them all, I'm gonna give us an A because I'm on the team. I wouldn't even want to grade my own team. But I will say there was a lot of really good teams put together. I mean, and like it's not
sure.
even fair to be compared to a team like if you think of Motown, any two they're gonna get, it's gonna look fine when you have Simon and EJ. Anybody that Adam Splitters gets gonna look fine when you have Jesper, Barnes, and Doherty, and they have all these wins already. And
Getting low
I
from
mean,
the
Dallas
senior.
Strikers, of course, you have 3 Hall of Famers. Like comparing
Barnzy
to
there.
those, A plus looks a little much. I can see your side of it. However, I think that maybe only one of us on our team, and that's only because Ildemaro. Maybe I still don't know his age. We haven't even hit our prime yet. So we're building. We have a chance to win this year, especially with the format. I have a good feeling about it, and I think that we're looking for not only now but the future.
Yes,
Right. Well put, teammate.
Yeah, I like this. You know what it matters when your dad comes in to defend you. Hey, kid, bank accounts don't throw balls. But if you don't have enough in the bank account, you still live with the guy that's writing the message.
Oh,
I don't really want to go down that road because that's a road that it's a situation that I was put in that I
you're
didn't
right
want to be
back
put
with the
in.
burner account. I
This
can't wait.
is-
I
this is
hope a
great.
name pops
Great.
up like Susan Jackson.
I want to be involved in this, but I can't rail on my own teammates. Be right back with my burner account. I believe that we did uncover Chris's burner account, though. Michelle.
Yeah.
Not really.
Annie says titles don't necessarily mean that the team is going to be strong.
Sorry.
Your dad? Well. So yeah, we've lit up the boards today. I'm pretty glad that we that I spent that 20 minutes going through PBA.com to try and figure this out.
Oh, very solid. Very solid.
William said
Not take-
AJ needs help for that title. Maybe you should ask Kyle Sherman for some advice.
Oh,
He might be one of the last ones I ask.
I will say though, I don't think I think Kyle brings up the fact that he's won a title in Lucy more than anybody else has. Like Kyle brings it up more than anybody, I think. I don't hear it very often, and then I forget, and then I remember because he's the one that says it.
Because then he brings it up.
It's. I mean, if anybody wants to review, I think Chris left tire marks on him when he came on our show.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
Well. Yeah.
Packy says titles equals winners. You know, Stu's team hasn't won the league with arguably the best player of all time.
That's true.
So titles hasn't brought the win just yet for Stu and
Yeah,
his
but
team.
the problem is we only have about 8 other titles between the whole team. It's kind of worked out all right for Duke, Tommy, and Bill.
Yeah, that's true.
I actually was just about to get to that, Rob, because we were talking about the grade of that. You had said that the grade you gave didn't have anything to do with the players. It just had to do with our manager. But still, I still think our manager. I still
feel like you're grading the team as a whole.
Yeah,
like
I think
the team as a
still
whole.
think our manager did a pretty good job.
Best way to stay on the team, AJ.
So what you're saying is all the way through, even as let's just give you guys the first 3 picks, you would make no different picks going down the stretch.
No, I would make a different pick. I mean, if I was a manager, there's no chance I go in the top 6. I mean, like based on my performance in the last year and a half, I would have gone 16th, 17th. Like I did a mock draft with my friends. Like I'm a realist, but I appreciate that Leto's taking a chance on me bowling like it's 2018 again.
I actually wanted to have a whole section just between me and you, Andrew, on
okay.
Bowling from after 2018's complete horseshit, and that that they've clearly changed something, but me and you are the only 2 people who didn't get told.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
we were both bowling great at the end of 2018, and now we both struggle to consistently hit the front one. You are
in line
better than me, but still, you know,
Like
you're-
you know what sucks is I feel like I keep getting slowed down. Like every time I get close, right? I made a step ladder at the end of 2019 in Wilmington. I felt really good. Next thing you know, I go to Sweden and I have this freak accident. I can't walk for a few months. And then
it's fun
Go
that
ahead.
you bring up Sweden because I was in contact with Daniel Ronbeck because he's the director of the tournament in Sweden, and he said that so you've actually basically been planning to play that tournament 3 times.
Yep.
First time in 2018 we'll get back to.
Oh,
last
what an
time,
experience.
Oh no.
It's okay, I don't have the video. The last time you hurt your knee and
Yeah.
couldn't walk. And now this time there's a pandemic. So he's starting to believe that it'd probably be best for you all around if you just didn't go to Sweden.
You aren't lying. You were not lying. I mean, like, thankfully I got carried to the double show by Chris. You know, I got some confidence. I'm getting ready, you know, bowl okay at the World Series, and then a pandemic hits, and I have to take a few months off again. I just keep getting slowed down a little bit.
So because 2018 was pretty good memories for you overall and for me, I felt like I should bring this up to just justify why I couldn't vote. I told you at the time I couldn't give you my vote for Player of the Year.
Yeah, I know exactly why.
There it is.
Yep.
Daniel Rombeck actually said he was really disappointed he couldn't find the video. So we were bowling the tournament in Sweden, and Andrew was bowling like unbelievable. And like after he left Sweden, he bowled unbelievable. But
in Sweden,
game, he if you notice here on this side, it says his first ball leaves, and if you see his spare shooting was 0%, except the 110 pin. So at least you made the spare. Could have been.
I did make the spare. Yeah.
So the lanes were pretty tricky. Andrew bowled 116.
And I will promise anybody watching, I tried my heart out. I mean, come the 7th frame, I was punching my hand trying to figure out where I was going wrong, as every single person around me has 230. And Stu, after the game, I'll remember, Stu. I remember you come down with your camera, you get it all on video, because I think I needed like a mark or something.
No, what it was, you could have completed the game.
Oh, I could have completed the game. Yeah, and I ended up making the spare instead or something.
You took the count on the 4-9 rather than just getting 0 for the game. And and I told Andrew there and then, I said, sorry, bro, my Player of the Year doesn't shoot 116.
Yeah.
That's
There was, which I can understand that. It's something about Sweden, you know, I love it. I could live there for many different reasons that are not bowling related. So if I had any type of like,
you just
if I
don't want to
wasn't
bowl there.
yeah, like I want to go there and hang out and, you know, hang out with my friends there. I would just rather not compete at this point because I keep causing issues. Now you guys can't compete. There's a pandemic and the tournament director thinks it might be my fault.
Well, Daniel did also ask me to point out that he thinks that AJ might be the only American bowler who didn't get laid that week. So that was his message over to you, AJ.
Appreciate it.
Work on your off the lanes game rather than your gym workouts. So that's just what he that was just his critique.
That'll all take care of itself.
Yeah, okay.
I don't necessarily want to go down this because
I don't think we should.
I don't want to throw somebody
put that
under the
in
bus.
the past right now.
I don't want to throw somebody under the bus.
AJ, teasing this story. We've been battering you for 25 minutes now, and you've been teasing this story on Flow Bowling and to me last night on the phone. So
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear it.
The floor is yours. But remember that when you finish, it better have been good.
It is pretty good.
There you go. You've got a full screen.
There you go.
Wow. All right. So it was pretty it was a pretty good moment because it was the first time that I think Stu didn't have a comeback for anything that I had said. So it was one of the first times I think I got to travel overseas, and I just made the Masters show in 15. I made another show that year right before we had gone over to Bahrain. And we're sitting on the bus waiting to go over to the bowling center in Bahrain. And everyone, Marshall, Stu, Osku, Martin, Dom, they're all sitting there and taking shots at me because that's just what they do for fun. I mean, whatever. I got big shoulders. I can take it. And so Osku's wife had showed up and had their daughter with. And so I asked Osku's wife, how old she was, because I have a nephew right around the same age. And she was like, asking me if he bowls. And I said, yeah, he loves to bowl. And he loves to imitate all the players. Osku, he'll throw a shot and slide on his knees like when he did the trick shot when he threw it over the chair. Sean, Maldonado, and DJ, he'll throw one-handed and two-handed and do the hop. And Stu chimes in and says, well, what does he do when he imitates me? Short arm it and yell the F word every time. And this was right when Stu probably wasn't bowling all that great. And I just looked at him and said with a straight face, Stu, sorry, man. My nephew doesn't really imitate you. He doesn't see you on TV all that often. And the whole bus just went dead silent. And Stu's face got steam red. And he's like, whoa, at least my first shot hooked on TV. I'm like, Stu, that's an old joke. It's overplayed, man. And we're getting off the bus, and Martin looked at me and said, dude, that was one of the first times I think I've heard Stu not have a comeback for anything.
Wow. There we go, AJ.
That was good.
Yeah. I mean, that was so good. Can you tell it again?
No, I don't want to. I'd rather not.
Okay, just okay, no problem. All right. I mean, everybody's creased, so it seems only fair that we could,
Who is that?
I don't know. This isn't shot. Well,
You know what sucks?
Yeah, it is because
A lot of memories of when you knocked me out of events.
So just 1 second. I think in hindsight, just a second. 3. Is he going 3?
It wasn't very good.
2, 1. Hawk! No.
Yep.
So
It wasn't very good.
That was the one we were talking about, but yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I thought I had a chance.
That wasn't. Yeah, I don't know why I decided to throw that one. The only thing I could think of was that was the ball that I struck with right before the show started, and Timmy was saying, "Yeah, I think we got to go with that one."
I was about to say, AJ, if you looked at everybody's first shot on TV, it's probably terrible. And if the first one's good, it's probably after that it went downhill very quickly.
You checked it back.
At least he didn't grab it. He did let it go. He did
definitely let it go.
He did let it go.
Trust it. I think you had the phrase "trust is a must" in your head.
Yeah,
right.
Didn't touch the holes. Nothing.
Let's trust this one.
Got it off.
Let's get through it. Get through this one, AJ. Got all the way through it.
Yep.
Oh my
That's good.
God. So Andrew, with this being your first time in the league,
Second time.
Yeah, that's right.
Second time.
Juicy's sticking up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barnes, I do appreciate how many different times I've now heard the Eileen story.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would be a good time to just get my side off my chest just a little bit. Okay.
Though is Lucas described this as a bowling pulpit. So
he described it as what?
He described it as a bowling pulpit. So being as I'm fairly, just a dumb English guy.
The workouts you've been doing?
I had to actually look it up.
Why do you have that? Okay.
I was not versatile enough. I am working on it. Stop judging me.
So there's
Raised
the definition.
platform. So, Stu, are you the preacher?
It would seem that way, and being as like it's mine and Barnes's. I don't think that gives you any any standing here to give your side of the story.
I don't really. I'm asking if it would be okay. I guess I'm asking the preacher if it's okay.
Of course it would, Andrew. Fire away.
So yes, of course, there's so much truth to Barnes' side of the story. However, what people don't know about that is,
I'm sorry, Andrew. AJ's dad's coming on.
Yeah.
Boy, he's my guy.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Okay, go ahead.
that's brutal.
Yeah. It's Chris's best friend. My dad's happier that he's friends with Chris than I am.
I personally think that Barnes. One, I don't think I have the nickname Eileen. Secondly, I don't think Barnes brings it up as often. If it doesn't happen at the event it happened at, right? Like I did take a very cheap shot in a situation where Barnes was not at his best, and it might not have been the best situation to do so, but Barnes has got on me enough, and watching you hit the 4-pin and the 6-pin just got on my nerves so much for so long that I finally had to say something about it. And then and listen, I know about karma. I mean, the next day I could barely throw a ball. Like it's like I woke up and I was like, holy crap, I need one of my bowling buddies now. So I did it. I get the karma, but Chris, I think it's a little overboard. I think if I would have said that to you at like a PBA event where you just like made the show and you missed a 10-pin or something to lose, and I said, hey man, they have bowling buddies to help you like make 10 pins. I don't think it affects you as much.
Well, that's not what you said, though.
That's
not what you said at all. You said, and I quote, maybe you need to work on a few versatility drills.
I did not say it in those words exactly. No way.
Maybe I can get Tommy on and we can just play that because he was standing right there. And
Tommy was standing right there.
Tommy,
I do remember saying you can watch me miss the head pin on this pair so many times.
This isn't you. This is just for me and AJ because
this is painful. This is really bad.
This is brutal.
To the pasta maker and the pizza chef.
I promise you, this is one of the lowest moments in my bowling career, and I will never. After this, I will never watch this video again.
That one's not very close.
Yeah, here we go. Callahan coming in strong today. Like it.
Yeah,
that's all good considering they didn't ask you to manage a team. They asked Dell.
3-5.
Who are you talking to, AJ?
I think he's talking to Callahan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, it was cool to see Italy win and all. But I promise you,
it was for us.
I gotta say I watched a lot of that because I was.
I don't even remember the
lineup. Won the team gold, and it was hard to watch.
That was hard
Italy
to be a part of,
that.
man. Well, that was hard to be a part of. I could tell you though, something was not right about us in the get-go. I mean, we knew it. We felt it. There's a weird energy.
Steve,
but I will say,
it's our show right there. Thanks, Stewie, for doing me a solid because that might have been the only time I hit the one in front.
Me and Barnes, if you watch this, I'm pretty sure me and him do the same thing. We both throw a really good first one, and then both of our second shots flag the head pin.
Let's see if we can find one from Andrew.
I'm pretty sure my first one's decent.
Here we go.
That was it. You just passed it. Yeah.
There we go.
Man, you had Diana's follow through on that one.
Right. That's what I'm missing now.
I mean, how do you guys lose this game?
This is what I look like in just a minute on that.
Right. Like, well, listen, you're about to find out. You're about to find out how we lose this game.
You lost the gold medal match. You got swept.
Yeah. No, it's.
And I mean, we have a good start to this game. We have a very good start to this game.
Whew. Here we go. Tommy with a 4-step approach. Oh,
Yeah, he was working with Mark Baker a lot this week, trying to figure some stuff out. I mean, we just didn't. We were not right. I mean,
should I cut it off, Chris?
this is the one.
Whoops.
Oh,
No, whoa.
Oh,
Oh,
wait a minute.
weird.
Actually,
Weird.
that one wasn't even.
Oh, hey, back. It
I
came
still hit
back.
the hit pin on that one.
You did? Yeah, I missed. I flagged
yeah,
that.
I'm
I flagged that
still-
from my second shot.
still don't understand how you've lost this game. Like you guys have. Oh boy.
That's right. That's the start right there.
Yeah. So when we're standing up there, I mean, like the energy around us was sucked out, not because of Chris, but because of all of us. Like we're just.
Yeah, we
Watch
were
this. You guys ready for this?
there,
Like our
so-
hope is back. Kyle brings our hope back.
No, you were smoking them at this point. 6 points
Yeah.
up. Clean.
Watch this.
Oh no, 6 down.
Watch
Sorry.
this shot. Watch
Yeah,
this
we
shot.
only had one double. We had all the
Yeah.
strikes, but we had nothing together.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Great shot, buddy.
Man, if the middle of the headpin had been the pocket, you guys have been great.
I promise you though, if I bowled 19 more games on this pair, on this pattern, I still don't average 224. I think like 220 would have been my max score. I threw 6 different balls, as many different ways as I could throw it, and then Chris should have been telling me I need to work on versatility after that pair.
I couldn't say anything. But to be honest, you really haven't averaged 220 anywhere since that show. So
That is true. That is true. There is a few places, but yes, there
He averaged.
much less since then.
Oh look, I love it when the parent. Chris, we've got the parent demographic locked in.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
my guys. That's my peer group right there.
It's because they all used to bounce their kids on their lap watching you on the show.
Now I just draft all their kids.
Yeah. So we got a special guest lined up to pile into you guys.
I thought it'd be great.
Somebody who we think might have improved the draft grade of your team if he'd have been picked instead of either of you two.
Okay.
AJ's looking at me like there's no way you got Sean on. I didn't get Sean.
I have no clue.
I
No
don't
clue who it could be.
With no
I have
further
no
ado,
idea who this is going to be.
Undoubtedly, the number one prospect in the draft.
Guys, I'm just glad to be here, and yeah, I'm embarrassed that I got picked behind both of these guys. That I mean, it's embarrassing.
We need a Packy slap off for getting drafted.
I just don't know how. Like, man, you bowled for 4 weeks.
I bowled all last year. I don't know what you're talking about. 2 years, please.
Oh, I must have missed that.
We got the same amount of titles,
It's fine.
Hmm.
Coming in swinging.
Fine. Apparently, I bring out the best of people when I bowl them for a title because they bowl decent games.
I do think that I think the demeanor that you bring does make other people want to beat you even more.
The what?
The demeanor you bring makes people want to beat you even more. That's for sure. But me too. Like we all.
William off the
Oh
top.
my god.
I love this guy.
It's pretty easy to throw shots being a basement dweller.
Oh,
I know. Your dad wonders what's your TV show average.
I don't know what that's aimed at. I don't know who that's aimed at.
I think he's talking about you when you said that, I bring out the best and everybody bowls great against me. So Jim's saying that it only happened once that somebody bowled great against you.
Jim's been on fire today.
Jim is on fire for sure. You guys did miss one. Jim said that Barnes was stating the obvious when I haven't averaged 220 since 2018.
Yeah,
I thought that was good. I did think that was good.
You and Jim have clashed a couple of times. You have but similar personalities. You bring it out of each other.
220 seems like a stretch too.
Yeah, I actually enjoy Jim. I think he's good at what he does, but there is some competitiveness there. I believe.
Yeah.
I've never really felt like he's brought anything like any anger out in me, but we definitely clashed a couple times.
Yeah, Was it in Lubbock? Lubbock, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a good time there. Yeah, your dad was referring to your average, AJ. I don't feel like you bowl bad on TV, AJ.
I think he's trying to back his son up. He's seen.
Okay.
Which is with you on the show is weird because he always has your back.
And in the end, I always have yours too. I'm just a tough coach. Got to toughen you up a little bit. So we keep drafting you. We would have this year.
Yeah.
Now you got so good. So, you know. Wow.
William, who is Will?
Wow.
Is this Francois? Is this Francois' other account?
I mean, you'd almost think so. AJ stands for average joke.
He means average jokes.
Francois did text me and
I
tell me
think that's Francois. I think that's Francois, dude. I gotta check his profile out.
No, I know.
The burner's wrong.
No, it's not. It's not. But my man's coming off.
He did volunteer his account to Frankie if Frankie wanted to keep going.
Yeah.
So Packy, after being in all those mock drafts and going in the top 5, which honestly bewildered me, but everybody else seemed to think was perfectly normal. What did you feel like as you kind of slid past the position you've been in any draft? You never went past 10 in any of the 4 drafts that we did.
Yeah, I mean, realistically,
Aaron Rodgers slide.
Yeah, realistically, I mean, I did not expect to go like anywhere near the top 10, probably just first. But I mean, in all honesty, I expected to go probably between like 10 and 20th, and really just hoping to get picked at all. So I was happy at the end of the draft that I just got picked. Luckily, it was by the best team. So
you know what I love about it this year? I don't know, like the last year,
next to him.
Last year, I don't think that there's this much conversation about the PBA League at all in any way, like what teams are better than others and all that. I think there's a lot of anticipation for this year, and I think it's going to make it that much more energetic. And I really think it's good. I think it's great for the sport.
Oh, I think there has been quite a bit of chat. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when a guy who ended up going on to being Player of the Year didn't get picked, and there was a lot of chat about it then.
Yeah, but because I wasn't on a team, I didn't partake in any of those conversations. And if you guys, I haven't watched the PBA League from 2018. I have no clue. I don't, you guys could have asked me who won. I wouldn't have known because I didn't watch it at all. But I do feel like just last year, I guess, compared to this year, there's definitely some more added excitement. Juice, yeah, whatever you want to say.
So what are you spending that time doing? Just practicing?
Jim's been cooped up for a long time and hasn't been getting his daily fix of roast guys. So he's
East Coast Jim showed up today.
Yeah,
going all in.
Yeah. Team overdrafted.
People miss bowling and have all these new online shows that bring him new respect for the sport. Well, I appreciate that, Annie. Even having watched our show, you think we're bringing a new respect to it. That's good.
Bringing a different vibe to it, for
this
sure.
is about as much as Jim has shown up with me around, even when I was on staff.
There's no hate there, clearly.
There's no hate. I mean, if he's gonna chime in, I might as well.
So, Packy, being as clearly you think that your team, had the steal of the draft. No matter which position you'd have gone, you were the steal of the draft.
Even if I went first, it would have been a steal of the draft.
So, where do you think the Las Vegas High Rollers grade should be? Are you more on the team Brooklyn Rob in the F side, or are you more in Planet Lucas on the A+?
I don't think they make letters for where I would have put them, but it would have been at the bottom for sure. I mean, and that's out of respect for these guys. I do think they just drafted a super young team. Gee.
even when I was there, you were still MIA.
Oh dear. He says he loves you, though.
Yeah,
And
take
then
that with a grain of salt.
Hey, look, we've got the great and the good of bowling here. Even Jazzy's watching.
I think if she was drafted to their team, they probably would have. I would have given them like a C, probably. But instead, I'll
Yeah,
put
I
them
think
right.
that's fair. Like, I thought both grades were outrageous.
Jazzy's what I would have called a winner.
Ty Roberts says, how often do you think we'll get the opportunity for the inside scoop? Well, me and Chris were discussing that, and we're definitely going to be a once a week show once we get back in bowling. We might even have guests while we're on the road. Lucas Wiseman is still defending his madness of A+.
We appreciate you moving our views up, Lucas. So,
I was wondering who paid him.
well, he sees himself as the Howard Stern of journalism.
No follow through, President.
So
Me and Jazzy team no follow through.
no, yeah, Lucas on the A+. I didn't know he was into gummies, but evidently he's.
I think the only team that could have possibly got an A+ just by looking at it from the outside was Duke's team, because Duke managed to get two guys who were in the top 20 in points, and he didn't even draft till about the 12th spot.
Yeah, you got like the 11th, 12th, yeah, the 12th and 16th pick or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. And he got Brad Miller and Nick Pate, and both those guys are in. I think Nick is just behind AJ in points at 19.
Yeah, they're both in the top 10 and available.
Yes,
Mhm.
before the whole draft started. So that is that's the way I would have gone with it.
Yeah,
But-
finally someone who gets it and someone who doesn't, because that was only sarcasm, Lucas. So,
No, we don't.
we have a house each. That's what happens when you make enough money. All 10 of you don't have to live together.
Dude's got a bunch of houses, actually.
Yeah, I can lend you one if you want, Packy.
Might need that.
Yeah, we don't need to have the house because we don't live with our parents.
Who lives with their parents?
Well,
Ew.
got it.
Like I said, that's a
There-
that's a situation I don't want to go down because that involves way too much. Yeah, I'm looking at buying
mostly
now.
excuses.
but-
It feels like they're coming.
About a what?
Mostly excuses. It sounds like.
No, just life situations that people suck.
Yes, girls do suck, AJ.
Yes, they do.
I say the same thing when Tina won't let me have ice cream at night.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Jazzy says, no hating on people who live at home with their parents.
Well, in Singapore, it costs you like 1.2 million to have a garage. So, I mean, I don't know. That doesn't count, right?
So, Packy, have you bowled yet?
I bowled once. I got the hookup and someone snuck me in the side door, but yeah, it was better than ever.
Yeah, I think better than ever. So were you still, with all this time off, were you still 2 steps out of time?
No, I've progressed actually. Now we're about 3.5 steps at a time. I start the swing once I get to the line.
I've found that it's a little, it isn't very in depth, but I have found something on YouTube where you send a video in.
Oh yeah.
And a guy says something to you or something. I mean,
yeah, we have like a coaching channel. We have a coaching channel, the House Bowling Reviews. Chris Vi and I now review videos, and all we talk about is timing, basically. Mm-hmm. Not that I know from experience, but I can give some tips on how to try and fix it.
So
you've been on tour 5 years, and you're using Tommy as your model.
You talking to me?
What?
Huh.
No,
You talking to me?
Packy and Vi, they're using Tommy as the model, but they've only been on tour in the last 3 or 4 years.
Oh.
So just
I haven't watched one. I haven't seen one of these. I gotta watch one.
Yeah, you can send one in, Andrew.
where
It's actually pretty inspiring, Andrew,
Okay.
because they're getting paid.
Okay.
And
That is
all right,
that is inspiring.
Packy his second to promote it. Where can they do it? What does it cost? What's the backdoor way of getting into it? Just give us a.
So you go on our YouTube channel, the House Bowling Reviews, and in the description of every video, it gives you a link to just you can click on it. Gives you a 50% off code, so it'll cost you $25 to get your review done, and then we actually put your review up on YouTube so other people can listen to the tips that we give you, and that's pretty much the deal right there.
Okay, cool.
it
So
is a great idea. I mean, all kidding aside, it's a great idea. It's a way to get some help from PBA Tour guys and streamlining the process. So,
Yeah, exactly.
and
I do think it's a great idea.
so see the Beef and Barnzy channel, where we let everybody have their own platform to promote whatever
Yeah,
bullshit.
a little shout out.
right, Lucas?
Oh, sorry. We're just gonna have to go to a commercial break. And we're back.
Oh, wait a minute. We got some more.
There you go.
So,
There you
what's your plans then, AJ? Talk
As
us
far-
through. Well, you're at EJ's place right now.
Yeah. So he texted me last week, asked me to come out, hang out, play golf, and get a chance to bowl at his center that his family owns. And when we looked at the weather, since it's been so crappy where both of us have lived, it was actually supposed to be really nice this week. And then I got out here and it decided to rain, be cold, and not so great. And I've accepted the blame for the weather. It was my fault. But we did get to play today. We played this morning. And then I think later on today, I'm going to head back home and try to practice.
Oh, I wanted you to hold EJ's hand when he bowls Monday against his best friend Brad Angelo.
Oh, Jesus. I was there for this one. I was yeah. They're actually they're leaving to go down to Florida for a little while. So.
Oh yeah, AJ's one of the chosen ones.
They had revenue.
Yeah.
Should we quickly touch on that, Chris? The PBA made an announcement today that there's going to be bowling back on TV June 6th, I believe. But if you go on any of the PBA on social media, they have the press release for all of the details. There's going to be an 8-man bracket, but with a twist. They're going to have the 2-minute strike-a-thon. I think Andrew is the current world record holder for 1 minute on the Chris Paul challenge.
Yeah, I am.
You were pretty good at that one.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that's done it, though. Really, so it's hard to hold a record when you're the only one. So I mean,
potato.
Andrew, it's your story. You don't have to put in those kind of facts.
Your time to
that's
shine.
true. You know what, guys? That's right. It is my record, and thank God the PBA is doing the right thing, making it 2 minutes, so I keep that record.
Hey, from what I saw, some of the other guys who had to go at the 1 minute challenge, you might still have the record after they bowled for 2 minutes. I think Rash did it with you. Didn't go particularly well for him.
Yeah, it didn't. I did win that competition. So I when the PBA is ready, I will be ready to defend my title in the 1 minute challenge. But it sounds like there's a new 2 minute one coming.
Well, considering in the 1 minute challenge, they put you up against somebody significantly older that looked like he was getting gassed, and you were still ready to go.
Yeah, and honestly, though, I will say, I mean, after that first minute, I bet you 30 seconds through that second one, I would have been just about done throwing it hard, like trying to throw it hard and hook it. I would have been playing straight.
we have the great and the good of bowling on here. Like AJ's doubles partners come in.
Yeah,
Man, that's cute that she's come to support you, AJ. But she's asking for Andrew's autograph.
that's fine.
That's my girl.
Hey, as long as she doesn't give me up as a doubles partner, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we get to bowl that event, because that looks like that's going to be the next thing that is available for like nationally, I guess, to bowl.
Yeah, I'm hoping we all get to go back to bowling soon.
Who are you bowling that one with, Andrew?
Jordan Richard. As long
okay.
as, yep. I, for whatever reason, I feel like I'm turning into Bill O'Neill a little bit with my doubles partners.
Mm-hmm.
I got Prather for the PBA doubles. I snuck one out there, and then I got Jordan Richard for the mixed doubles. So I feel like I'm sneaking some out here.
No one has achieved more with 2 good tournaments than with picking partners than you have. It's
very impressive.
It's
well. Bill is the all-time recruiter.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to follow Bill's footsteps.
I really think that for the rest of my life is going to be one of the funniest things when we bowled in Columbus, and Belmo bowled so good that we kept calling the BFF group started calling Bill one of 109, because Belmo could have bowled with anybody from 110th up and still made the cut.
Right.
And about 2 days in, Bill was like, "Are you guys effing kidding me? I'm third." Don't let the truth get in the way.
Yeah.
The guy with 110th could have still bowled with Belmo and still made it.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say it.
Bring some of those tournaments to Asia.
Gladly.
Yeah. You guys got all the money. Just bring us there.
You got that right.
No kidding.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say, are we going to make this a special 3-way edition of the 10 frames?
Oh shoot, I got to ask questions, huh? All right. Yeah,
we can get them started with some easy ones.
Yeah, for sure. Hang on, I'll just grab my list over here somewhere. But all right. What do you want to go with?
I mean, I feel like I should ask Packy where he feels like he should rank in the 11 of the house. Because I got some pretty low grades there, Mark.
Oh my God. I don't know what's up with these guys. They take all my money when I split with them on the weekends on these house shot tournaments. And then I come to the PBA and they're like, yeah, we're going to rank them 11th in the house, maybe 12th if we bring somebody else in. Unbelievable.
I mean, the one where you were ranked behind Tim Feither was possibly one of the most, I mean, they could have your mother smell to
I have not seen them.
He put Tim Pfeiffer like 3rd or 4th in the house, and I was like,
I didn't even know Tim was in the house.
I didn't think you guys considered Timmy a part of that.
Yeah, no, he rooms with us whenever he does come out. He does room with us. It's just a matter
he only bowls
actually
like 2 tournaments.
The Open, the Masters, maybe a tournament. I don't even know.
Here, there, right?
But he bowled the World Series in one event. Got ran over by Tristan Butler.
That's what I'm saying.
He bowled on his pair.
Me like that. They still disrespected me and put me behind him.
I figured as high as you put yourself into the draft, I figured you would have put yourself at least 1st or 2nd in that house.
I mean, I would for sure. I'd probably put myself realistically. I'd put myself 2nd.
Tim Pfeiffer is the house
janitor.
So what's Nick Pate, the house next door neighbor? Because he doesn't stay with you guys when he's off the show.
Giggity.
So he stayed with us last year, and then he stays with him like once in a while. But yeah, for this year he
is he still getting a chop of that royalty?
I don't know what royalty you're talking about. There's no money going around there.
But you sell shirts. I've seen poor unsuspecting children walking around in house shirts. I'm like, what?
Yeah, we saw a bunch of shirts. But we just use the money to pay for the houses that we stay in for the most part. So technically, since he doesn't stay, he doesn't get a cut of it.
Okay.
All right. Well, second question, and anyone who can answer this, he feels like they should. Where do you keep your best PBA trophy?
That's Andrew's.
We'll go here.
I actually so behind me, I actually had my master's check on the wall. I took it off just because I was doing some streaming and stuff. I didn't like it right behind me, but all of my trophies are actually like right in front of me over on a shelf. I only need one shelf because I don't have too many trophies just yet. But yeah, they're all right in front of me. I can see them. You guys can't, but they're close. Keep them close to home.
Keep them close. This is the furthest that AJ's been away from his Sam Ho Cup that I've ever seen him on one of these things. He literally goes,
I just keep it in the office.
"It's right there. It's here."
I don't know if you guys noticed, but during the draft, when we all checked in, Rash didn't have any trophies behind him. And then when I went back on at 6 o'clock, he had trophies behind him.
I did not notice. I did not.
Yeah, Rash spent an hour trying to figure out his screen with the Flow Bowling guys.
He wanted to do a green
Appreciate it, Frankie.
Oh.
Yeah, he wanted to do a green screen.
They should have just let us put whatever we want behind us.
I mean,
Okay.
I really appreciated you going on the Rash thing. I watched it.
Huh?
I did too.
I watched you guys on the Rash thing the other day. You were the only one.
Yeah.
It disappoints me to say it with my brother Frankie, but you were the only one who tried to at least instigate some shit talk. Like all the rest of them were like, "Oh, I don't know. I just."
Yeah.
Frankie, oops, wrong account. I meant to say I love my teammate.
Oh,
All right. Who's the most likely
Coming
to
in.
ghost you?
Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. That was my next question. So there you go. Stu, the person in your phone most likely to ghost you.
Marshall?
Probably.
Ghost you.
Not
The
return.
person.
I don't know if you're up with these new hip.
Yeah.
terms.
I would probably say TJ. Honestly, TJ talks to me for a little bit, and then I won't see him for a couple months, and then it's like a family reunion for a couple days, and then I don't see him for a couple months. So it's nice to see him or talk to him because when I do, it's like a reunion, you know.
So you have the thing where it just goes blue, 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 blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean,
Blue, blue, blue,
right.
blue.
So it's like 4 in a row, and then he's nice enough to at least respond to all 4 at once, and then it's like 4
Oh,
more.
okay.
Then you hear
Yeah,
from
he
him
does.
and you go, "Wow, when was the last?" Oh yeah, it was March 11th was the last time I heard from him.
Yeah.
We were
So
at the
he
World Series.
is still there.
Yeah.
He
How
does still
about
have
you,
his phone.
Jackie? We'll
Mine
do yours house only.
house only. Mine is definitely from the house. Brad Miller. That man.
Oh, yeah.
I'll send him like a couple texts like, "Hey, how you doing?" Then I'll send him another one like, "Hey, where are we going for lunch?" And then like I'll ask him something that he actually wants to respond to, and he will only respond to that last one. Unlike
Oh, yeah.
Andrew, it'll be like a week later after I've asked. And for a guy that's like so up with technology and YouTube, that man does not pick up his phone.
I'm actually pretty bad about responding. If you know all those memes where they say if you have to call one person, if they don't answer, you live. I would have to expect all my friends would call me. I would have to expect because like I'll look down and even if I see it, like I'm like, all right, I'll call him back. I'll call him back in a few. It's bad. It's bad. I just don't like I don't like being on my phone much anymore. Like I was on it so much for such a long time that now I'm just like, I need to like leave it somewhere.
Yeah.
At 25.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, next.
Dumbest
way you've hurt yourself.
Dude. Are you guys ready for this? I got this one. My 21st birthday, I was in Las
Wow.
Vegas. the very next day is TNBA Nationals. This is before I had a PBA card. I had a bowl when I get off the plane. I got real messed up on my 21st birthday with some of my friends in Vegas. And long story short, I had a hard time just getting to the airport, let alone on the plane. I fell asleep on the plane on my right arm. And when I woke up, I couldn't move my right arm. And I actually gave myself radial palsy, which is called Saturday night syndrome. And your nerve goes to sleep. And I had to go to the emergency room in Texas, all this stuff. Junior Team USA camp was the next week. I mean, I had to miss like 5 months worth of things because I had one too many drinks and I fell asleep on the airplane on my arm. It was, looking back on it,
Wow.
it is hilarious. Like I bowled nationals that year with Rob Fruzad, with a wrist brace on. And I had never, little do they know, it wasn't one of the ones you have showcased. It was the Robbies. I don't know if you have a Robbies there, but yeah, I had a bowl with a wrist brace on at nationals after not ever in my life bowling with a wrist brace on. But I had like 607. I felt pretty good. I felt like I was Chris Barnes in like 2006. When he like played really straight and hard on most shows. I had like a big shot, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't top that. That's the most ridiculous story I've ever heard.
Did you also feel like Chris Barnes when you took the shot at him at Worlds when you told him he wasn't very versatile?
I don't regret many things. I don't really believe in regret, but I will say that I probably should have thought about that before I said it. But in
you were riding
hindsight,
high, man. You just won Player of the Year. You were riding high.
Yeah.
You don't get many shots.
Yeah, you don't get many shots at a Hall of Famer, and when you get one, I feel like you got to take it.
Speaking of 06, I did have 3 weeks that pretty much matched your season that you won Player of the Year, but
Yeah, you did.
Like Wayne Gretzky says, you miss every shot you don't take, Andrew.
Yeah.
Sometimes you miss the ones you do take too. Imagine that.
So are we still on the ones you do take?
I think you're right, Lucas. I think you're right.
We still on the way you hurt yourself or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this one's good. I thought my college coach was gonna kill me when I did this because it was on my bowling hand. There may have or may not have been drinks involved. I was a freshman in college, and I thought we got back to our room. I was hungry, and I thought it was a good idea that like those small little like ravioli cans that have the aluminum top that you got to pop off and peel back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't want the stuff inside to splatter everywhere, so I grabbed the side and inched it back. And when it got to the back and popped off, my hand slid off of it and sliced my middle finger wide open. And it didn't stop bleeding for about a day and a half. And I thought my college coach was going to kill me. That was pretty stupid.
Okay, that was fair. Packy, was yours?
Yeah, I don't got any crazy stories like you guys. I'm I don't drink as much as you guys to have these crazy stories, but I don't really have any crazy injuries that like happen. I haven't really been bowling as long as these guys. So
it's not a question, but I do want you to tell the story of when because Packy's what are you a relief teacher or substitute teacher? Is that your title?
Oh, I'm a substitute teacher.
Right.
So.
Can you tell about when you posted the kid up at school?
When I what?
When you were posting the kid up at school?
I mean, no, I do enjoy it. I do enjoy subbing. I play a lot of basketball when I substitute teach. Pretty much only sub PE, and we're allowed to play basketball. But
definitely look like that PE teacher.
So you're that guy that comes in and I go dunk on some kids and then I call it good and leave them.
What about the kid's response when you dunked it?
So we were playing like one-on-one. This kid asked me to play, and I dunked on him, and the class went crazy, and I was not expecting it at all. And this kid in the back just screams, "White boy's got some hops!" And I was like, "It's Mr. H," and yes, I do.
Well, doesn't it help that you have like a 7'5" wingspan?
Yeah, I'm 6'4". My arms are pretty long, so I don't have to go too far to get up there.
Yeah.
But
So
I'm glad they thought highly of me.
maybe you can clarify it for me now because I was watching it last night. Darren Tang's YouTube channel. You should go on that. Hit the subscribe. Same as our YouTube channel, Beef and Barnzy. Give us all the subscribes we need. But on there, they were playing basketball. I was a little disappointed to see you weren't there. What did they have the rim set at, like 7 feet?
Yeah, they had the rim set at 7 feet.
Because
actually, when we played there during the World Series this year, Kevin Williams. So I only played once, and they didn't have the camera or anything. But we went, and Kevin Williams ripped his finger wide open, dunking on somebody right before the World Series started, and it was like on his ring finger, right on the front of it, and he ripped it like wide open from his like second knuckle up, and then he's like, "All right, well, I'm in Vegas and I have to bowl," so he just taped it up and like dealt with it the rest of the week.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
that
qualifies. Yeah. All right, this we're going to shorten this thing up a little bit, but let's see. We're going to go with one thing you've tried that you'll never do again. You'll never try again.
Telling Chris Barnes to work on versatility.
Oh my god! One thing I've tried, but I'll never do again.
I thought you said to start with. I thought you said work.
Oh no. Yeah, we'll knock off the obvious ones. Work, Amanda. Those two are out. Moving on.
Being a two-handed lefty.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't even try that. I'd have to go with the live octopus. I tried it, and when it was still like
crazy.
Like
the feeling on your
it was
tongue.
just like I thought it was okay. Like I could see it moving in the package, and then I went to eat it, and then it stuck to my mouth, and I'm like, yeah, I don't.
When it
I don't think that one flies.
Jimmy.
You, Andrew.
Yeah, I know. He's after me today. I feel it. That's all right. I kind of deserve it. I do. When I did the live squid, it literally wrapped its tentacle around my tongue, and I all they kept telling me was like, you got to chew it fast, like you got to kill it, and like I couldn't kill it because it was like dodging. It was like dodging my teeth. It was nuts.
Yeah, like they've said that there's been people that have died because it goes down their throat and then it sticks to their esophagus. And
there's a comment.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah,
we can't put that.
No. That's wow.
Nope. Yeah, we'll just
appreciate it, Rob.
Moving on.
Appreciate it, Rob.
Yeah, let's not showcase that one.
Nope.
That's funny.
So,
are you guys?
For you guys,
say that again.
Squid and octopus are different.
Yeah, I had the squid, right? I think I had squid.
No, mine was live octopus.
And neither one of them are as bad as that.
You ain't lying there.
That is awful.
I don't know. I've
never tried it.
Just pass on that one.
All right. I'll make sure to pass on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the brains to sweep the rack.
Is that Brooklyn Rap?
Yeah. Brains.
Oh dear, Chris, you've got all flustered now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. Packy, did you have anything interesting to add there?
I didn't have anything interesting.
Okay, good. All right. One shot you'd like back. And we may just wrap this up right here. So one shot in your career you'd like back.
I missed a spare on TV. I'd like that back.
Fair.
But that's it.
Mine would have to be in Hong Kong in that team, like that second shot, like and that we just watched. I would take that one back any day, all day, for sure. None of my I mean, I would have to take back like 62 shots on the tour final show. I'd have to take back like 9 out of 10 frames on my first show. Like the world's I only have to take back one, so I think that's the one we got to go with.
Narrowing it down to one, sometimes it gets hard. For
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, narrowing it down to one is definitely hard. Even when like you haven't been on tour as many years as say like Senior Citizen up there in the corner. So I probably just like the shots that could have swung the momentum of the times that I finished second. I had a shot that actually moved the 10 pin and stood back up at the World Series. A couple of shots didn't go my way to turn the match around when the opportunity was there to win. So any one of those. Yeah, the shot against Barnes. I had a feeling that was going to get brought up.
That was.
I'm surprised neither that whole instance never even came up.
I think there's been a lot of really good matches on TV in the last couple of years with Fox. Like, there's been a lot of good matches. Your guys' was epic, and I loved it. I think it was great. Favorite. Yeah, it was great.
And the crazy part too, like, when I said that, it wasn't even directed at anybody. Like, it was my own doing, and because on live TV, it had been a couple of years since I bowled and bowled for one, and it was just being back and in that moment to have a chance to, and I knew something was going to happen because Chris and I had just bowled each other in Korea, 2 months or 3 months before that. So, and we've been pretty good. At least from my perspective, we've been good friends for a long time since I first made the team. But I, of course, feel that way. I don't know how he does.
We've been good. Yeah, I gave
my favorite Barnes
in Korea, and you kind of gave it back, and it's just part of the ebb and flows of matches. I do believe that basically the best pros in the world throw 8 good shots a game, and what happens on the other 2 shots have a lot to do with how matches turn out.
Absolutely.
And the games when you throw a third or fourth bad shot, then you get what you get. But
right.
To go on with the shot you may take back, it's not a shot that I could take back. It's something that I actually said on the PBA League show last year. So Norm was trying to hype me up before my shot, and he was like, all right, we need a good one, like the whole deal that Norm does. So I throw my first shot of that game, and I believe against Portland, and my head told me I wanted to say something like, is that what you wanted, or something like that. And then I felt like Pete and the U.S. Open show, not even similar characteristics at all. Obviously, that was for U.S. Open, but I felt like I misspoke my own words, and I said, "What do you want?" And I looked at nobody. I looked around and I was like, "What do you want?" And nobody was there to look at. And I was like, "What did I just say?" And
were you not entertained? Is what you said,
right?
And out loud, you went, "Who are you?"
Right. And I went back and I thought to myself, I was like, "What did I just do? Did I just say, 'What do you want?' That's not what I was supposed to say." But thankfully, nobody really noticed.
Who do you think I am? Me.
Yeah. Me.
We've got one last share treat for us. I couldn't resist.
Oh no.
Find it. I think this is the right one. Did that show up correctly? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think it did.
This to me, I can't play it with the sound because there's a little rough lyrics, but you should. I'll post the address in the chat.
No, it's fine, Stu. You just leave this.
You can leave
I'll
it
be
on.
rewatching.
Mute the mic when it gets to that point.
Yeah, it's great. Very nice.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Hey.
In my defense, after Chris said what he did, I did strike.
Oh, it was competitive. That was super competitive for sure.
Give him the
Hey.
shoulder.
Yeah.
At
Big body.
whoever put that together, that's awesome. That's
That was
great.
on the Bowlers Mart Facebook
Yeah,
page.
they talked
Probably
about
Sean Ryan.
the
Ryan.
shoulder bump, and well, for one, I didn't even feel it. It was, and if it was one, it was like getting a graze by my my 4-year-old niece. But I don't think he realized like where I was standing, so he tried to avoid it. Because when I rewatched it, I'm like, wait a second, is this old man trying to body me right now, or is this really happening?
I don't think he tried. I think
He did.
Yeah.
He gave him the body.
Like, man,
Yeah.
Patrick Ewan said the same thing when Jordan dunked on him. Did he try to dunk on me? No, Patrick, he did.
yeah. I didn't even feel it.
There's that same shoulder that rotated there about 2 shots after that.
Yeah.
God, on that note.
My man AJ, I'm sorry we've been awfully hard on you for since much I've known you actually, but
Years,
Buddy.
not just this show, but it's been years.
Things salty people say for 1,000. Player's perspective. Okay, well, we really appreciate you guys coming on. Thanks for being a good sport, both of you.
Yeah, it's been fun. Thanks for having us. That was good.
Yeah.
Diamond,
I did it
and good luck in the league and all that. Which division are you in? I actually don't have the divisions memorized yet, so
I have no clue.
I don't have the divisions memorized either.
I would like to see. I do think that these league matches are going to get interesting. I do think they're going to get interesting. That's going to be fun.
Me and Chris are on. Me, Chris, and Tommy are on team. Make it interesting.
I can't.
You guys.
I can't wait to just start talking smack when I don't deserve it.
All right.
Oh.
And then
It's
the
gonna
best,
be all right.
honestly, the best thing about the PBA league is
You can do that.
is the qualifying by far, because it's my favorite version of Belmo of the whole year. He is no holds barred, full on, says whatever he wants, and it's great. He's basically like Packy's acting now, except he's got the stones to back it up, and he's saying it.
Yeah, I just say it regardless of if I can do it or not.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it as real life. Packy's doing it as a caricature. So
far, only so far.
So
far.
We're actually not going to have a show on Friday.
We are not. My kids are graduating, and I am out.
I'm going to put together some video though.
Congrats to them.
Mel's Lone Star Lanes. The owners are the Kellermans, and they are currently the president of the Texas Bowling Center Association. So I'm going to go down and do an interview with him and show all the things that they're doing to social distance and keep everybody safe while they want to get back in the bowling center. So we're going to put together some footage for that. And being as Friday is the first day, I'm going to finally get to throw some shots. So you guys can all have a little giggle at how painfully out of shape my bowling game is to go with my physique. At least I'll be matched up physique and physical game.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yes, you were.
No, you beat me to it.
I actually hadn't read your board, so if you can't take the heat, don't tickle the dragon. We hadn't given you a full screen yet.
I was impressed to see
Nice
Chris
job.
doing some workouts. Linda posted a picture of them working out, but conveniently there was a plate of what looked like remnants of chocolate chip cookies. So like he would do a push up and go down and pick one up with his mouth, and then so
It's
I don't
just my
really know.
favorite, AJ. Don't make fun of that. You get the mule to move with carrots, get me to move with cookies. And Vi is now forever protected.
Thanks, Jazzy.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
that's nice.
My friend.
Now the plates are poor man's sliders, is what they are. But yeah, just the same. The cookies. Well, thanks a lot, guys. And Texas is open. Some centers are opening on Friday, and so Stu's going to bring some of what that looks like from a real world perspective. And
Awesome.
I'm looking forward to seeing that too. My two centers closest to me are not going to open up on Friday. They're going to wait a couple more days. So we'll see what happens there. And I'm going to be at a graduation Friday. And, boys turned 18 last week. So, I mean, they're on any minute status. They're not going to be, AJ. They're not going to live in my house when they're 25. So.
Get them out.
Such a big game considering he doesn't have the power to call that shot.
That is also a fact. So
Linda's watching.
they will do anything I want them to do as long as she says it's okay. So anyway, we will see you back on Monday, and we'll figure out what that show is going to be by then. So now that we've broken through with AJ, I mean, it literally could be anyone now.
Somehow.
All right.
Thanks,
thanks.
guys.
Thanks for having me, guys. That was fun.
Thanks for having us
Stay
on.
safe, stay healthy. God
Yeah.
bless.
Appreciate it, guys.
Talk to you guys soon.